A brief 10-minute walk from Zion Gate brings you to the striking church of St. Peter in Gallicantu, a site commemorating the Apostle Peter's triple denial of Jesus, his immediate repentance, and subsequent reconciliation with Christ after the resurrection. Located on the eastern slope of Mount Zion, the church's rooftop features a golden rooster atop a black cross, symbolizing Christ's prophecy that Peter would deny him 3 times before the cock crows. The term Gallicantu means cock crow in Latin. It's noteworthy that Peter's denial is documented in all 4 Gospels.
Believed to be built on the site of the high priest Caiaphas's house, the church stands over the ruins of a Byzantine basilica. Below the church is a dungeon thought to have held Jesus the night of his arrest.
The Church of St. Peter in Gallicantu is built on 4 levels: the upper church, middle church, guard room, and dungeon. Its design blends contemporary and ancient art. The courtyard features a statue depicting Peter's denial, complete with a rooster, a woman questioning Peter, and a Roman soldier.
Inside the church, 2 Byzantine-era mosaics uncovered during the excavation likely date back to the 5th century Byzantine church. The ceiling centerpiece is a large, colorful cross-shaped window. 3 significant mosaics adorn the walls: Jesus being questioned in Caiaphas's house, the Last Supper, and Peter in papal attire.
The middle church downstairs displays icons above the altars depicting Peter's denial, repentance, and reconciliation with Jesus on the shore of the Sea of Galilee after the resurrection.
The lower levels contain what are believed to be a guard room and prisoner's cell, both carved from bedrock. The guard room features wall fixtures for attaching prisoners' chains and holes in the stone pillars for securing prisoners during floggings. Bowls in the floor likely contain salt and vinegar to aggravate pain or disinfect wounds. Although Jesus was flogged by Romans, his disciples, including Peter, were likely flogged here by the Jewish council for preaching in Jesus' name after the resurrection.
The prison cell, known as Christ's prison, offers insight into where Jesus might have been held the night before his crucifixion. Accessed only through a shaft from above, prisoners would have been lowered and raised by a rope harness, as depicted in a mosaic outside the church.
Pilgrims reports dating back to 333 AD suggest that this site was Caiaphas's house, though some archaeologists propose the high priest's house was at the Armenian Orthodox Church of the House of Caiaphas on Mount Zion, near Dormition Abbey.
Excavations at St. Peter in Gallicantu revealed a water cistern, corn mill, storage chambers, and servants' quarters.
Nearby, an ancient stepped street descended from Mount Zion to the Kidron Valley. These steps were likely used by Jesus and his disciples on the night of his arrest as they traveled from the Last Supper to Gethsemane. Even if Caiaphas's house was further up Mount Zion, Jesus would have been brought by this route under guard to the high priest's house.
The Church of St. Peter in Gallicantu illustrates the tumultuous history of religious sites in the Holy Land. A major church built here in 457 was damaged in 529 during the Samaritan Revolt and destroyed in 614 by the Persians. It was rebuilt around 628, destroyed in 1009 by Caliph Hakim, rebuilt in 1100 by the Crusaders, and destroyed again in 1219 by the Turks. A chapel built around 1300 was also destroyed, and the present church was completed in 1932.